Chris Myers, Orlando Fly Casting Lessons. I had a question from a subscriber recently who said he has 30 feet of fly line outside his tip. He wants to turn it into 60. Should he add line every stroke? Should he try to shoot it out all at once? He wanted to know how I would do it. And I never really measured how much I shoot out in one stroke. And I would probably prefer to add line every single stroke, but I'm going to go over the 3 options that you have today. If you have 25, 30 feet of line, you want to turn that into a longer presentation, maybe for blind casting or covering lots of water, I'm going to show you how I would do it. What I'm going to use for this video is a standard weight forward floating line. It's not a shooting head, it's not a specialty distance line. It is a Cortland high-vis flip, the same one I use in all my videos. I have a 15-plus-year-old TFO rod here, so not a $1,000, $1,500 rod. To do this, the standard equipment that any of you viewers may own. And first thing we're going to do is start with 30 feet of fly line, and that's when this line turns from orange to white, and make several false casts with no hauling, and let it go and see how much shoots out. I have marked 50 feet on this line. That 50-foot mark is about 3 feet outside the tip. So it shot out with just a forward stroke delivery, no adding line, no hauling. It shot out about 23 feet of fly line. Could I take that and get it to 30? I don't think so. I wouldn't try that myself. So 25 feet is something you should be able to get out rather easily. Those extra back casts were completely just a waste of time, in my opinion. You didn't need them because they weren't doing anything. So we could have taken that from just one backstroke and saved a lot of time and less time to mess it up, and take one backstroke, shoot it out, one forward stroke, and I got that same exact amount of line, maybe even 2 or 3 feet more. So now there's probably 55 feet of fly line outside the tip by doing that. Option number 2 that we have is to start adding line each stroke, so that I'm carrying more line in the air, and then if I still shot 20, 25 feet at the end, it would be much farther because I've added line each stroke. The hardest part when doing this for me is doing it without double hauling, because it's something I do all the time. You have to concentrate on not doing it. If you're not familiar with double hauling, check out my video on that, but I'm going to try my best not to haul here. Line out, more line out. And there we have 100 feet of fly line off the reel with no hauling. Our third option is to do that with hauling, which is going to increase the line speed and make this even easier. Now, there are a portion of you watching this video at this point who are saying that is ridiculous. There is no need except to show off to cast that far. I've heard that many times on my distance casting videos. And while it is fun to impress yourself with how far you can cast, and it is never something I use when I'm sight fishing at fish that are close to the boat where I can see them, it is certainly an advantage if you are having to cover water in lakes, ponds, open salt water, and you are blind casting. Maybe it's cloudy, you can't see the fish, you're fishing a topwater fly, the water's dirty, you just want to cover it because you can't see the fish. If you can cast 60, 70, 80 plus feet, you can cover way more water than the person who's only getting 40 to 50. So there is a time and a place for doing that. And now we're going to put it all together with hauling and adding line. And I'm bring this back up to the 30 point. We're going to start it from 30. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the end of the fly line went outside the tip of the rod right here. It came tight. I probably should have stripped off more backing. 100 plus feet plus the leader. So we're pushing 120 feet as we got the rod is 9 foot. Here's 12. We got a 10-foot leader that's out there. We are over 100 feet with 2 back casts. So hopefully that answers your question on how I would do it. I would haul and add line on every stroke, or at a minimum, add some line on every stroke. If you're not familiar with how to do that, make sure that you have tight loops and enough line speed that your line isn't sagging down to the ground and you're able to get the line you're already working with straight so that you can start adding 5 feet of line at a time. Carry that. When you can do that, add 5 more feet, carry that. Then add 10 feet, carry that until you can carry 50 feet of fly line in the air. Then if you could carry 50 feet in the air and you could shoot 20 at the end, you're at 70 very easily. So I'll be making some videos in the near future here on how we are adding that line to each stroke. And you can check out my promo for subscribers on how to send in your cast for me to analyze. You can check out that info in the description.